Hello, I am Melinda Moore, and these are my notes for Learning Module Number 6, the role of the federal and state government with higher education learning. Prior to the Morrill Land Grant Act of 1862, the federal government did not have much of a say or much of a hand in institutions of higher education. Universities were actually established by churches or different denominations who use these places of higher education to train ministers for their churches. These institutions were very prestigious in nature because access to them was very limited. There were very few professors and very few pupils on these campuses. This limited access somewhat caused a divide between those in the community who may have wanted access to the universities but could not, maybe due to the denominational factor or even cost. The land grant of 1862 kind of leveled the playing field because states were able to build more universities for the training. Farmers at that time were able to send their children to school so that they could be educated in fields of agriculture, home economics, and mechanics. Although this opened access to the common people, a great segment of the population, African Americans, were eliminated from benefiting from that act because they were just leaving the institution of slavery, and a lot of states were not open to educating people of color. The Act of 1890 corrected that when it opened up more land for the building of universities and colleges just for the education for people of color. In 1944, the GI Bill was established for veterans of World War II so that they could be trained and enjoy the benefits of higher education. That bill was extended to servicemen in general in 1965. The Education Amendment Act of 1972 took the funding out of the hands of the institution and put it into the hands of the individual. And at that point, the federal government stopped having as much of a hands-on with the money, and the states kind of like took over the role as far as financing its institutions. Although the states had a lot of more freedom in the financing of the institution, they were still limited to a lot of the guidelines that were already established by the federal government. Per se, the application for state aid is actually based on the application for federal aid. Also, a lot of institutions before a student can receive funds for financial aid, there are certain federal guidelines that has to be met by that institution, and that institution has to be registered or licensed to be able to receive money. So those are my notes, and I look forward to your comments. Thank you. Bye-bye.